Hi everyone, hope you've all had a great week. In this week's report, we'll see if Lake Yucambine is still rising and check where the fish were biting. Pete can't wait for the October long weekend, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you about Andy Lomnici and why he's famous in the region. Do you know? There's Pick of the Week and more. Here's the report for the week ending the 21st of September 2025. More rain and snowmelt during the week had a pretty dramatic effect on the mountain lake levels. Lake Yucambine rose an impressive 1.6% this week, and Lake Jindabyne a whopping 4.4%. Lake Jindabyne is now up 7.2% in just 2 weeks. Bucking the trend, Tantangara Dam fell 1.5% this week. Illustrating how quickly the lake is rising can be seen in this photo and video of the old Adaminaby boat ramp. Craig's pic taken on the 10th of September and Pete's video just 6 days later. Daniela's photos also clearly showing the lake rising. The photos taken at Old Adaminaby just 5 days apart. The difference in levels pretty obvious. Thanks for posting the pics, Daniela. Some lovely spring weather during the week brought lots of anglers out trying to land a feed. The fish were also out and about, and there were some great catches recorded. Rob, along with John and Peter, spent a couple of sunny days out on the water around Buckandera last week and had a wonderful time. Rob adding the weather made fishing tough, with the glass-like conditions spooking the fish somewhat. The group having most success running lead core line at varying depths to land a few nice fish. Looks like a fantastic trip away, boys, and I bet you can't wait to come back. Lake regular Ricky was back at his favourite part of the lake, Buckandera, during the week, enjoying some beautiful spring weather. Ricky's trip made even better, with him landing some nice browns on hard-bodied lures. Ricky also posted a great drone video from the water's edge. Thanks for sharing with the group, Ricky. Tight lines, mate. My good mate Andrew was back at Yucambine yesterday and experienced 4 seasons in one day, but he still found a few fish around the edges. Andrew adding deep points produced the best results, with a fish appearing from nowhere. Andrew kept a few for the table, as the trout are superb eating at this time of year. Tight lines, mate. Dave is back up at his cabin in Angler's Reach and headed out to the water this morning for a fish. Let's hear from Dave.
Markers. What a perfect day. Just a nice ripple on the water. Can't grizzle about that. We haven't seen a rise yet. Not a thing. But morning's only early.
Nathan posted this pic of his good mate Tom, who landed this 63cm, 6-pound brown on a 2.5-inch paddle tail lure at Pijar Dam near Goulburn last weekend. Great catch, Tom, and hope to see you reel in such a beauty at Yucambine one day soon. For the record, Pijar Dam is 782 metres above sea level, which is 380 metres lower than Lake Yucambine. For those gearing up for the opening of the trout season on the long weekend, Jim posted this pic of one of the deadliest nymphs he's ever used in running water. Jim ties these with tungsten beads to match the hook size. Jim recommends using an indicator or employing Euro nymphing techniques to bounce this fly off the bottom. Tied on a jig hook with a barb upright minimises snags. Thanks for the tip, Jim. Like many of us, Pete loves driving Long Plain Road, so he's getting pretty excited that it's only 13 sleeps until these gates will swing open and he can go for another drive. Long Plain Road is a great drive and accessible by both 2-wheel and 4-wheel drives. Just one of the many things to see on the drive is Long Plain Hut Campground. Historic Long Plain Hut is 124 kilometres from Cooma and 80 kilometres from Tumut along the Snowy Mountains Highway. It's nestled among subalpine bushland and dotted with snow gums and candlebark trees. The hut is over 100 years old and is one of several historic alpine huts and homesteads scattered around the area. It's definitely worth a drive. It's looking like a cool week ahead for Lake Yukonbean, with a few showers on Monday, Friday, and Saturday, but no more than 5 millimetres is expected. Maximum temperatures ranging from 9 degrees tomorrow, Monday, to 14 degrees on Wednesday. Thanks to everyone who posted pics and videos to the Lake Yukonbean Facebook group this week, like Mary, who posted another great piece of local history during the week. I bet many people watching this video would know who this wonderful man is and why he's famous in the region. If you don't know, the man in the picture is Andy Lomnici. Andy was born in Hungary in 1922 and sadly passed away in 1990, aged 68 years. Andy was an artist and sculptor of some note, but for many of us, he'll best be remembered for being one of the main visionaries and instigators of Adaminaby's famous big trout. The trout that sits proudly at the entrance to the beautiful Adaminaby stands 10 metres tall and weighs 2.5 tonnes. It holds the illustrious title of the world's largest trout. So how did this famous icon come about? Well, in 1969, another of Adaminaby's former residents, an amazing man, Lee Stewart, suggested to the then Adaminaby Lions Club that a sculpture of a large trout should be commissioned. Andy was living in Adaminaby at the time, and after hearing about Lee's idea, Andy, also a keen fisherman, met with Lee and offered to build the trout from fiberglass. The first thing Andy did was to freeze the trout in the proposed shape of the sculpture and sketch it from many angles. These drawings were then transferred to enormous sheets of paper the size of the finished sculpture. The next step was to shape the steel frame and reinforcing, and this was done at Angler's Reach. The Snowy Mountains Authority insisted that a strengthening steel channel be inserted to ensure that a vertical sculpture would withstand high winds. The sculpture was then moved to a shed in Adaminaby, where the steel frame was covered in wire netting and wrapped with fiberglass and resin. The last stage was to paint the trout using traditional colours mixed with resin. The project took 4 years to complete and was in position ready for the opening of the Adaminaby Lions Club picnic park on the 3rd of November 1973. The big trout has had many repaints and even a restoration over the last 50 years, but thanks to the vision of Lee and the artistic flair of Andy, the trout is now one of the most photographed of all the big things in Australia. If you haven't seen the big trout, I'd highly recommend a visit. Lake Yukonbean regular Peter posted some sad news this week with the recent passing of his beautiful Sandy. Many watching this video will remember Sandy from Frying Pan. From all your friends at the Lake Yukonbean Facebook group, Peter, we send you our deepest condolences for your sad loss, and may Sandy forever rest in peace. My good friend Daniela was back at her special place during the week and captured the beauty of Old Adaminaby at sunrise on Thursday the 18th of September. As you can see in the photo to the right, it was a frosty start to the day. Beautiful photos of a beautiful place, Daniela, and thanks for posting to the group. Michael posted this wonderful old photo of the Braemar Bay homestead as the waters of a filling Lake Yukonbean inched closer to inundating the homestead. The photo taken in 1960. Michael adding that when the lake was full, only about 6 metres of these tall poplars were visible. Great memory, Michael, and it's certainly generated a lot of comments on the Lake Yukonbean Facebook group. Craig posted this beautiful picture he took last Friday morning from Old Adaminaby. The lake looking a picture under crystal clear blue spring skies. It was definitely a nicer view than the one I had travelling into work at about the same time, Craig. Rob shared this great photo he took while he was fishing at Buckenderra last week. Thanks for the pic, Rob. Ricky took this awesome time-lapse video at Buckenderra on Friday evening. Look at the Milky Way and the meteors. Just fantastic, Ricky. I wish I didn't have to put these pics up, and I can only hope those responsible aren't in the Lake Yukonbean Facebook group. Jane was up at Yens Bay near Old Adaminaby last Monday morning and unfortunately came across this all too familiar scene. I know my mate Tiny and many others in the group, me included, regularly pick up rubbish left by others. Like many watching this, I get annoyed because many areas around the lake and nearby National Park are locked up and inaccessible when I feel we should all be able to explore and enjoy this beautiful area. When you see scenes like this, you can see why an ever-increasing number of spots are out of bounds. Don't give the authorities excuses to lock us out of more areas. The simple rule, if you bring it in, take it out with you. Last week I put up a pic from Jennifer and Pete, who were watching the report from over in WA. I put out the call to see where others were watching them from. Well, Brian responded, posting this pic of him watching last week's report from the Lower Hunter Valley in New South Wales. Thanks for tuning in, Brian, and great to hear you'll be back up in the mountains for a fish in mid-October. Don't forget, if you're watching this and want to snap a pic like Brian did, I'd love to hear from you. Just add your pic to the Lake Yucumeen Facebook group, and you might see it here in a future report. For pick of the week, I've gone with this stunning shot taken last Thursday morning at Old Adaminaby by Daniela. The colours are beautiful, and the reflection of the tree on the Mirror Light Lake so peaceful and calm. What a stunning picture. Thanks for sharing, Daniela. A bit of a biblical theme to this week's fishing meme. That's how it is when you have a serious competitor. I think that's why I like fishing alone so much. Well, that's the report for this week. I hope you found it useful. As always, I'm happy to take on any feedback or suggestions. And don't forget, if you're looking for more information on Lake Yucumeen, check out the social media channels. There's the website, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And please don't forget to like and subscribe, and you'll be notified whenever I put new videos up. Have a great week, everyone. Stay safe, tight lines, and bye for now.